geometry dash, and it's super annoying because this level is actually called Dash and the game's called Geometry Dash, but we're gonna get like all the way over that fact right now. So this level, I gave up on once upon a time. I don't remember anything about it. It was a long time ago. Okay, we got a little spider section here. We're just gonna try to get through it. Okay, apparently that's a bad checkpoint. I can't imagine why I gave up. Okay, and this room would have made me incredibly mad. But why? Alright, so... clockwise, and then... Alright, let's get rid of the auto checkpoints here. We do actually want to learn this. Hello, Q. Hey, Poison. Bye, Poison. Hey, Q. Yeah, again, yeah, they say this level's going to be a lot to learn. Indeed. You know, that's why I quit it, but it's also why I gotta do it. Alright, so clockwise. We're gonna keep doing it until I remember to hold at the end. And to not double tap there. Oh, right, and then there's this thing. I remember this level had a lot of stuff. And I probably complained a lot. I've seen a lot of 2.2 stuff. I mean, some. I've often quit because I didn't know what was going on. Alright, we're gonna assume that we pop some of those blocks to move it. Not like that. Okay, we want to hit all of the, no, we don't. No. Okay. No. 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 There we go. What? You gotta hit like right underneath them and not the sides of them. I think many a run is gonna die here, huh? Many a run indeed. Oh man, and I just hate the name of the level so much. Just because I hate looking over at the title and I feel like I've accidentally written the same word. Rising Angel, you say it's a pretty cool level. Also hello. Yes, hello. You know, it is cool, but it's got a lot of stuff I don't understand. But I gotta learn it sometime. Exactly. Geometry dash dash. Like it's a character in a movie. This is Dash Dash, a game about dashing. Man, oh, right, because this was... that would have been where I quit, because it would have went to the swing copter thing. Hey, Green Machine, how's it going? Oh, man, I'm so bad. You know, we're just gonna put a thing down and crash repeatedly. Yes. We'll do this a bit. I mean, we don't need to practice this, right? This is like a normal thing. It's just the gravity is weird and sticky. No, yeah. I'm like, we might. Whoa, no. Okay, so the roof here is fine. Yeah, I've seen this in, you know, a couple of levels. I've usually quit, but then there's one in Astrolith. Oh boy. What? Oh no! I think that was where I quit. I was like, I'm never gonna understand what's going on here. I don't, but you know, it's fine. Alright, so here it's actually not so bad at all. The floor there is safe, and the ceilings this whole way are safe. But, okay, so you can just... Not like that. I mean, not the sides of the ceilings, but you can bounce like so. Okay, yeah. You know, it's pretty forgiving in spite of me dying. Yeah, well, on practice mode, I mean. Because I did get to 28, which would have been right up here. I think I just, like, brute forced it, and then I was like, you know what? What's the point of anything? Yeah, it would have been right here. And I would have been like, nope, you know what? I don't want to learn anything ever. Alright, so what's going on here? Okay. Yeah, I don't love the camera changes. I should just turn my head very quickly and then I won't have to deal with it. Alright, so short, short, long, short. Yeah. No, not that. Yeah, so. Yeah, like so. Not like that, though. Okay, I need to figure out the end. Alright, we roll off the last one, probably. Okay, so we only need to jump a long one there and then one more into the orb. Wait to the very end of the platform. Long jump. Jump to the orb, maybe? No. You know. Truly what practice is for, right? Okay, and then more totally fair game mode there. You know, the swing copter doesn't look like either any of the sections so far have been particularly, like, brutal. Just that they are new would have been super annoying, and no doubt is why I excluded them from the possible things. This level is very cool, though, you know, it's fun to look at. I mean, for now, who knows what I'll feel about it later. Whoops, you roll off the top one, I knew that. Do we keep rolling off? Wow, okay, that's a bad... Oh, man, whoops. Not gonna get mad. Just gonna go back and do it. Alright, yeah, the retry was right when the camera was flipping, and that was not a good checkpoint. It was too much of it flipping. Watch a video of someone doing it first. Not really how I operate. Probably a good idea, but not really how I operate. Ah. Wow, this is a rough checkpoint. It's fine. We're just gonna move forward anyway. Why is it constantly jumping? I'm not trying to have it held down there. All right, there we go. Yeah, super forgiving to get through there. Super forgiving. All right. I see. Oh, it's cube again. Okay. I did not pick up on that. What? Okay. How disorienting. Okay, so we hold here, and when we drop, we go through there somehow, and then there's an orb, and do another hold. Right. Sure. Of course. Hmm. And this is, I guess, like more of an introduction of the platformer concept, and then all right, back to reality. All right, and then a fairly comprehensible ship section where they move, but are basically all in one spot, and then just a little loop there, which will take maybe a little bit of practice. But yeah, no, that's a super forgiving loop, right? Yeah, excellent. And then some orbs. And then we sort of Donkey Kong our way up, and then it's wave, it looks like, maybe. And then we just need to, like, yeah, just sort of straight go through, and then what a fun level. I'm so glad I quit this. You know, it's not awesome or anything. Alright, so apparently that's how... Oh, hey Bouncy, how's it going? Yeah, alright, so, you know, we're nowhere near close enough to start it on normal mode again, but, yeah, the beginning seems to be worse than the end, right? The beginning seems to be a lot worse than the end. But of course, the first practice is always just failing at the beginning of the level a lot. Because you'll want to be good at that after you practice the other segments. Otherwise, you're going to have to, you know, learn how to do them then. Yes, you know, many an ambitious feeling will be sacrificed in this room by jumping before we hit the second switch. No, we definitely need more practice, but, you know, it's a bit of a tradition to at least try to get more than 9%. Whoops. Yeah, you know, 14%. That's, you know, it's better. It's better than nothing. Whoops. Well, you know, 28%. You know, it's something. Bit of a whoopsie. Totally botched it there. Could have been a lot better there. But, you know, still fine. Not bad for pretty early in the attempts, right? Right? Maybe not. Nope. Fortunately, the 7% spider is 7% and not 97%. Because that would be a real misery to end a level on. Ah, I did it again. Okay, Malafortuna. Do another practice? Yeah, for sure. I just want to see, you know, if I can get just a little bit further before we go and, Whoops. Before we go and start targeting some more sections. Hey, you know, not bad. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, we could get a little bit further than that before we crash, probably. Probably. But, I mean, we definitely need more familiarity with the map, no doubt. But I had a good enough feeling about all the stuff after the beginning. Like that ball stuff, I'll mess up on it from time to time, sure. But it's all very logical to me once I notice, like, you know, what it wants out of me. Ah, blah, blah, blah. Why not hold? Why not hold the thing you're supposed to do on the arrow thing? Whoops. Feels bad. Not really. You know, I look forward to failing on that spider a lot. Fortunately, like I said, it's early, so we'll be able to get lots of practice. Whoops. Again. But the great thing about it, too, like, I keep joking about it, but, you know, regardless of how often we do that, because it's so early, we don't really need to practice it individually. Oh, my absolute goodness. All right, back to practice mode, guys. Only so we'll get past this spider and do the other parts of the level that are actually very cool and get more familiarity with them again. But hey, you know, 31%, not too bad for pretty early in the stream. Further than we ever got on practice before we came back to Dash. Whoops, I didn't set any checkpoints. Nope, I didn't. Smart. You know, why don't I put the auto checkpoints on, and then I can turn them off when I'm at a good spot. Y'all know I never ever remember to lay them down. Whoops. I love that little slowdown thing. I don't love that I just drove into the wall about it, but it is very nice, right? Not that I ran into the wall about it. You know, I love the simple graphics, but this era coming in is nice too. I quite like this whole style. I associate it with a bunch of games that I did play and an even larger amount of games that I did not play. Whoops. Whoops. You hold at this thing, go to the air, then there's an orb, and then a hold there. I remember. I mean, vaguely in the sense where I don't remember in any useful way. Whoops. And this room is very easy because it's a conceptual room, right? And that's the whole point. So if you just, you know, jump over things and don't not jump over things, then it's essentially free. Like, there's nothing in that room that's hard. You just have to be like, oh, this is the game we're playing now. Now you can walk up walls. And then a ship section. Oh no, I need to find another way to say that. A portion devoted to the rocket ship. Whoops. Alright, this is a rough checkpoint. Short jump, big jump. Then you can just big jump through there. Yeah, and then you're on to tower climb that's sort of like instinctive. And again, this is more of a conceptual problem, you know, like, hey, can you notice you know, like what's going on in this room, right? So the whole back half of the level is like, hey Tinyzilla, hey Liam. Scott, when did I beat Electrodynamics? Earlier today. It was wonderful. But yeah, so how many checkpoints can we get rid of there? Yeah, so basically this whole from 50% on, right, it's just this introduction to platforming, I guess is what we would describe it as. And all of it is what I would describe as eminently sight readable, and with absolutely no like traps, right? No, nothing to zap you unless you are to, for example, run directly into a spike. But you know, yeah, there's some jumps, but you know, they don't require too much out of you. You know, it's just a jump. You hit the thing, and then you have this portion devoted to the rocket ship. That's how we're describing it now, where we can crash sometimes, but you know, might not. That where you don't even have to jump to run into it, right? There where if you just panic and jump, it works. Oh, well, okay, there you go. Apparently that one wasn't automatic. And then it's just the wave and the jump up. So yeah, like, you know, although you're seeing me not jump here, all of this feels like, as I repeatedly fail at it, all of this feels like it should be very easy to do, right? Whether or not that's true is immaterial. I've already decided that it's easy, and that means it's only... This is very different than platformer mode. Well, it sure seems like what I identify as platformer mode, so I guess I don't know anything. No, platformer mode's the one where you actually have to physically move it around, that's right. And then I die to the portion of the rocket ship. But yeah, so this room, I mean, I can absolutely see myself losing a run there, but it's fundamentally free, right? Like, it's just some stuff. And this rocket ship is just a little bit of swooping. All of that's pretty simple. There, you don't even have to jump to hit the orbs. This room, again, if you just panic at the start, you get it. There, here, it's an automatic jump there, and all you got to do is sort of feather the wave in, and then it's just 1, 2, 3, 4 jumps to get in. It just seems like this back portion is really doable, right? Whoops. I knew that last input was too many. You were watching this morning, Scott? Yes. Well, welcome to the stream. I was thinking of playing something else, and then I was like, you know what? This was the game that was really on my mind. Whoops. That time I didn't know the last input was too much. I had already laid off of it and thought to myself, Self, that's smart, you're good, and you're gonna feel good about it. I fell again. It's not harder than electrodynamics. Yes, I definitely agree. It does not seem harder than that. There are some concepts that I think when I saw him in Dash some time ago would have been, you know, the addition of what you have to do while you're playing and the concepts being added, and like, you know, it was a lot because I had been thinking Geometry Dash was, you know, whatever, simple sort of game, and then it wasn't that at all, right? It wasn't that at all. All right, we'll just run it back here. Whoops. Okay, button got stuck. Did I beat Electrodynamics? Yes, I beat Electrodynamics earlier today. It was wonderful. Everyone was super proud of me, especially me. Chase. Excellent reference. Your references are out of control. I should have known if I just said something on the internet that could make my wishes come true. If you ever read Catch-22, this joke is gonna be just so funny to you. Oh, well, that was bad. Anyway, I feel good about this whole back portion. My only worry is that I might get nervous when it's going on, because it's all fundamentally not only is it not tricky, it's all very sight readable. I say as I run the ship into the wall again, clean. You know, because there's a lot of moments where if you just kind of panic, it works. Especially in this room, like right at the moment where you're like, what am I supposed to do? I don't know, jump, it'll be fine. The wave section's trivial because all you got to do is not run into the top or the bottom, and I mean, anybody can do that, right? Bob, you ask finger dash or dash, which I think is better. Yeah, one question would have been more ideal. I don't know. It's been a long time since I played finger dash. Probably this. All right, let's back it up a little bit. I'm like, how far? Yeah, I'm like, I mean, I guess we could go all the way to here. We don't need to practice this part, I say as I fall into the water. Well, you know, that would have humorously been... No, because it wasn't even there, right? It wasn't any of these checkpoints. It was 20... No, it was further back. It was the beginning of the swing copter, right? Yeah, let's just do the level. We can look. That was... Yeah, that was 19% to basically the end as far as I'm concerned. So let's get the real thing going. I got a good feeling. All right, let us get to it. Whoops. Well, you know, knew best. I knew the timing was rough there. I came in a little high, right? Hey, Manicman. We're just crushing this is what's up. Everything is awesome, except that I've minimized my OBS again. Why don't I change my icons? I've grown attached to them. I'll never change Sir Green Blockington. I'm not inclined to change anything that directly shows his image either, but, you know, he as the cube will always be with us. No, feels bad. I knew when I hit the button that I was already torching it. You know, I still got a good feeling though. We're making good progress. And really like I've been saying this whole time, if we can just get to 50%, we might just win immediately. And if not, it'll be funny to see what easy part I've declared to be easy that I die at. Maybe if I don't run into the wall, it would be more believable that I think I can beat this level in the next 30 minutes or so. But, you know, I messed up at the beginning again. Hey, CNO. Welcome to Geometry Dash Dash. Gonna go get the papers, Whoops. If I get the coins, I can unlock other levels? Yes. I unlocked Club Step. It was too hard for me. I'm sure I'll revisit it sometime, just to make myself look like a liar whenever I said I would never go back and never beat it. Nope. Same place, same exact input mistake. Probably the same direct exact input mistake. Maybe not the same exact position on the screen, but you know, the same problem, the same underwrought solution. Okay, whoops, missed the second of the jumps there in the line. Feels bad. Nope. Why would I? Just terrible behavior. No. Like sometimes if I press the button more aggressively, it seems like it works. Like right here, if I can like hear it through the headphones, then I'm like, all right, okay, well, you know, that orb, I can't be all like, I had a good feeling while I'm in the middle of not hitting the button, but you know, ordinarily that would have been a, I had a good feeling moment. Every single run that doesn't end with me dying right there could be the run. Because I really like the ball section there. You know, it's a little disorienting to figure out, but it is fundamentally very simple. And so that should be just fine. a lot of what I would say. So I really like Dash as a level now, even though I had given up on it in the past, just like after playing it. So this is my idea of like what a good insane level would be, where it's just very unlikely that a medium player, one very capable of beating it, would beat it immediately, but that doesn't have any crazy hard parts, you know, has sections that are sort of difficult to figure out, but aren't super crazy. We got no duels to worry about, you know, that's nice. A lot of it feels to me like if you just play in an instinctual way once you've learned it, then you can have some success, which is just a wonderful design, right? Just really great. All right, pretty good. Let's go. Oh, how am I going to forget to jump there? How am I going to forget to jump there? Whatever. My heart got all weird. My heart got all weird. Yeah, that was from Zero for sure. Yeah, that was the real thing. If I just wouldn't have done that, it was almost there. But I feel like I've got a handle on the whole level, right? That doesn't mean we'll do it right every time. As I die at 2% repeatedly, I'm like, look guys, I got it. I got this. Can I try to get the first coin? I don't know what you're talking about. I often don't look at things that aren't directly what I'm doing on the screen. What you call a coin is to me a thing that is not part of the path that I'm on. I noticed the coin at 60% for the spamming. Whoops. Feels bad. Ah ha ha ha. Too quick on it. Thought I was being smart. Too aggressive. Well, that's also too aggressive. Ooh, that was toasty. That was spicy. All right, let's go. Nope, nope. Ah, man. I thought I was toast on the ship. I stopped having my head in the game. A failure to focus. Whoa, okay. It's like nope, totally missed it. Alright, try creating levels on stream. Oh, it might be cool to make levels. I don't know if I would like doing it on stream. I get frustrated with things. Not with all things, but often with things that exist, and sometimes with things that don't exist. Close, easy, good, fine. No! Why not jump? Why not jump there? Why stare at the screen and not jump there? These are questions. Why can't I get to the easy part? I say ironically. Okay, let's not hit it. But no, I haven't even opened the editor. I don't know what it's like, but it seems like the sort of thing I would want to do, like, without thinking about other people being around at the moment. Like, I don't know, like, anything about computers or whatever, but back when my YouTube channel was young, I played this game called Mount and Blade Warband. There's a mod for it called A Clash of Kings. It was set in the Game of Thrones universe, and I loved it very much. It's basically all I played. I've got like 1,800 hours, 1,900 hours into the game, right? And I made a sub mod for the mod because the creator was kind of crotchety. I love him. His name is Kozer. He's a great guy. But I had a complaint, and I forgot to hold there. I had a complaint, and I went to his forum, and I was like, I think you should do this. He's like, you look, dude, if you don't like it, like, why don't you change it yourself? And I was like, okay, fine, I will. And and it was a very rewarding experience. And then I ended up making like a sub mod of his mod and streaming that on my YouTube channel. But I don't know if I would have liked to like stream the making of the mod. I was just, typing some stuff in all the time, It was like WordPad based essentially. So I was editing text files. Oh boy, that was sketchy. And it was a great experience. And then actually, the Deep Lore, and then Kozer, for that is his name. Whenever he had this like a new mod pack one time, like a new version of the mod, he reached out to me and he was like, "Hey, do you want to like get an advanced copy of this and stream and like make videos of it on your YouTube channel?" I crashed. I knew I crashed. That was bad. And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, just don't change anything about it, you can change it if you want, just like not before release, and don't like, so I don't want people to think your mods are going to be in the real thing. And I was like, haha, he knows. What other levels do I have coins on? The early levels only. I have 10 coins total, and they're spread out on the first 4 levels. Probably not across any more than that. But there's like a lot of ways to to mod Mountain Blade Warband, but the way I did most of mine was literally just picking open the WordPad file, just like a text editor, and figuring out what variables meant things just on my own with like a little bit of Googling on the internet sort of thing, and be better if we could make that jump. And I'd be like, all right, here's how to do X and Y. And then I ended up making a tutorial for it because people asked me to, even though I was like not qualified, which to this day is my most viewed YouTube video, even though I've not gone back and watched it. There's like, this is before I even did a face cam, although I probably wouldn't have done one for the video. I might have done one, then it would have been real early anyway. And like no preparation, no cuts, just no script, just me like talking to myself and doing the lowest effort you've ever seen for a tutorial. But it's been viewed like 68,000 times or something, and occasionally people even say they find it helpful, which is so surprising to me. Why am I messing up that jump constantly? It would be better if I didn't. But I booted up Warband the other day, and I was just like, I didn't want to play it, right? But oh, why don't I just not jump wrong there? But yeah, like changing video game parameters has always been of great interest to me. But it's very much a thing that's like a chill thing where, you know, like I have an idea or whatever and I'll be working on it, but it's nice to be able to put it down. I would feel like a lot of pressure that probably Are you joking? All right, let's just not crash there. That would be good. You know, we've gotten through the spider room, and now we're on to jumping too early there. But maybe this time we'll crash into the wall at 18% instead. Wonderful, brilliant, flawless. Okay, back to failing there. Have I played any Civ games? Yeah, dude. I have quite the history of Civ games. I played one on a Super Nintendo emulator. I played it on Super Nintendo at one of my friend's houses, but I didn't have it. I played it on the emulator a ton once upon a time. And then I played not 2, but 3. And then I played many hundreds of hours of 5. I forget how many. I mean, several at least. And then several hundred hours of 6 as well. Not 7, though. Not yet. But I've been thinking, like, I'm so bad at it, but you know, I'm enthusiastic, so I've been thinking of streaming it anyway, and I have some friends that really like it, so, you know, maybe they would get a kick out of watching me not understand what various mechanics were on my route to bring Buddhism to the world. All right. All right, and there you have it. Dash complete, 100%. Oh my goodness. Was that a spider with Sir Green Blockington riding the back? I have never been more excited to see. All right, guys, you're going to see the rarest of events. You're all here for it. Congratulations. You're going to see something that no one has ever seen on a single Geometry Dash stream of mine, and they may never see it again. The changing of an icon. Because that was an icon with Sir Green Blockington riding inside of the spider. Look at him! Look at him! Bask. Oh, I'm gonna be so happy whenever we have a spider again. Oh yeah, good stuff. Good stuff indeed. They'll be telling stories about this night for ages. You were all here. Oh, that's a good icon. That's a good icon. All right, yeah, you know that. How many attempts was that? Not tons. 615. For me, guys, that is veritably quick. And yeah, I mean that's it's probably less than an hour and a half of total on Dash. What will be on my next level? Oh, I don't know. Blocks Ninja, did I beat Electrodynamics earlier? Oh yeah. We beat that earlier today. So now Electrodynamics, Hexagon Force, and Dash have been conquered. That's all the insane levels. We even got the last coin on Dash there, so that's funny. I really liked Dash. That was a cool level. All right, well, so maybe I can do club step. Chase, I've already beat Nightmare and Lightning Road. I have 5 demons. Death Moon is my hardest. I'm like, I'm like, it's almost midnight. It's almost midnight. You know, we can, yeah, we'll play up this letter B. That'll be all right. People are always asked that. The club stuff isn't that bad once you learn the ship parts. Yeah, that's why I quit playing it. Yeah, we'll try this letter B out for a bit. Or this bloodbath one out for a bit. No. Alright, so will I buy Motley Orc this one? Probably. Yeah, we're probably not gonna even go all the way through it, right? Just, just look at the, okay, so B, because it's a pun, because you're inside of a beehive. I get it. I get it now. And then you just go down there, and if you jump because you don't know what's going on, then you die. Got it. Okay. I'm not sure what's going on there. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not really playing it. I'm just playing it for like 2 minutes before we sign off. And people have recommended it a lot, and now I see that it is, you know, violently yellow, but not in an oppressive kind of way. Not totally impossible to see what's going on. I don't know what, ooh. And hey, oh my goodness, look at him riding there in the little spider. Oh, what a wonderful icon it is. I'm so glad. I'm so glad I beat Dash. Look at him. This is really living right here. Hey, Miko. Hey, Tangent. Have I beaten the Nightmare? Yeah, I beat 5 demons. I beat the Nightmare, Lightning Road. Nightmare was my first one if memory serves. Lightning Road was second. And then I beat Shiver, Platinum Adventure, and most recently Death Moon. But this is our Playing B. I just beat Dash in just like an hour and a half, basically, celebration. Okay, so here we hold, and then... You recently made ACU? Congratulations. Okay, so boost here, up, down, drop. Not like that. Not like that. Not like that either. And then the same format, just upside down there. Ha ha ha! Oh, how fun! Okay, you don't want to go low. That's not the way to go. Okay, those lower things are safe, but the smaller Bs are not. So all of these surfaces that are not B surfaces are fine. And... you go low here and then not there. This reminds me of Terraria, which I played for a little bit, but I rage quit a couple of times, and I haven't played it since. I got so mad at the inventory. Y'all don't even know unless you were there. Have I unlocked Theory of Everything 2? I have not. Yeah, I played only some. I got to hard mode once, but I wasn't ready for it. And then I accidentally, like, opened the pirate map, and I lost my whole village. And, you know, that old saw. What's going on here? We go above it? Whoops. Yeah, my problem is too, so I'm like, I can't do what I'm told in games. I don't want to, and I don't even like try to very much. So people will give me like very helpful advice, and I'll just like, I'll read it the way that a person that doesn't know French will read French, right? You know, I'm speaking about myself here, you know, like these are letters and they're words. But in every, like, definable way, you don't know what it means. You're just like, yeah, it's French. Les poissons, les poissons. Alright, very short hop here. Very short hop here. Maybe that checkpoint's bad. I think maybe the checkpoint was bad. Yeah, because ideally we'll have one, like, right here, right? No, that's the place where your little toes hit. So it's just as soon as you hit, you gotta have it there. And then a long jump in there, maybe? Into a hold, into another hold. Okay. And then we drop, and then, man, how rough. Yeah, people were like saying to use the guide, but like to me, like if I have to use the guide, I just don't want to play the game, right? Like, don't give me freedom if it's not useful to have it. If you want to like put me on rails in a game, then do it. Don't make it look like I can do what I want. Okay, and then we got some invisible ones here. Okay, no, you run all the way down on these invisible ones, and then there's a platform right here. Oh, great, and then a ball section, which we can pretend to do right or not. Alright, so 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, I see. I see. And then very short burst holds on these, it looks like. Yeah, just the tiniest amount because you want to drift up. And then... Oh, okay. Very cool. Thank you, tablet. Thank you. It was a great level. I had a super good time playing Dash. I hated it the first time I played it, but I wasn't in a good frame of mind maybe that day for accepting new things, you know. But the second half of the level was very easy, you know. More of what I would have in mind for how an insane level would be after playing Electrodynamics, you know. It's nice for the second half of the level to be like that. Stop jumping there, self. How many diamonds do I have? I don't even know what that means. I can check if you tell me how to check. Unless it requires leaving this, in which case, if you just give me a few minutes, we'll be signing off and then I'll check then. Does it show up when you hit start? I don't think so. Scott, yeah, people trolled me with Tidal Wave like the second day I was on the internet playing this game. They sent me Verdant Landscape just very early on. And Bloodbath and all the like, yeah, no, that was a super early exposure. And I was just like, I guess this is how hard levels are, and then eventually people explained to me that those were the hardest levels of the game, and few people on the planet indeed had ever gotten 10 jumps in, let alone beaten them. And I wish I would do this part better. Alright. Nope. It's a fast toggle there. This level might require too much speed for my inputs. What? You can check it in the top left corner where I can change my icons. Okay. Whenever I see what you're talking about, we'll look there. What is going on here? Oh, okay. So you go down and then you go up to this one, but you just can't see that you go up because there's no room on the thing for you to see the motion, letting you not see where you're at or that you've done it right. Smart. Great. Stop doing that too. What? Okay. Do I open my daily chest every day? I've never opened one of them. I don't know what you're talking about. They redesigned all the orbs in Portal, so it's kind of confusing. Fortunately, I never know what those things mean anyway. I need to identify like what the thing is that I'm supposed to hit. Which I know here, you know, the bright lines, the brightest of them are the ones here. Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever beat this. The clicks, a lot of them are really close together, and I just don't think I can do it. Like there, that's like 3 clicks pretty close together. It's tricky. It makes me flex my wrist too much. Yeah, I don't know. It's, yeah, I don't think I'll ever beat this level. Yeah. Well, you know, ball used to be my favorite game mode until I played this. What? What? Hmm? Oh, the hexagons? What hurts you? I mean, obviously the thing on the bottom. Does this square hurt you? Yes. Does this thing hurt you? Yes. Okay. But the things that aren't yellow don't in the background? What is even going on? I don't see where you're supposed to go at all. I don't get it. Everything looks like it should kill me, and some of it does and some of it doesn't. I don't understand. Okay, so there's a corridor there. Okay, now I see the corridor. We just have to go sort of in the middle here, and then all of that stuff doesn't matter. Yeah, I know who VW is. I haven't watched any of his videos or anything, but people are always comparing me to him. I know he is very well regarded. I don't take it as an insult. After all, it is not an uncommon observance that bald men tend to resemble one another. We are both old people, too, to compound the comparison. What? Oh, like, it... You know, if only the walls were in the right spot before I arrived at them, right? Yeah, I'll never beat this level. It's very cool. It's super cool. I think it's brilliant, but I'll never beat it. It's much too hard for me. It's much too difficult. I'd be here for 50,000 attempts, man, and I wouldn't get past this part. Man, well. Ben, yeah, I beat Electrodynamics earlier today, and then Dash, and now I'm failing at this, which I'll never beat, but I did want to kind of try and see if we could get to the end just to see what it was like, so that the next time people ask me, I'll be like, yeah, I got to the end, and I'll never beat it, rather than I got to 77% and I'll never beat it. Yeah, this is miserable. I'll never beat this. Yeah, look, if the walls would stay still, maybe I would think someday, but no, like this would yeah, this would be probably not even in 50,000 attempts. I don't even know if I could get through just this wave section if you gave me 1,000 attempts to practice it. I don't think so. But we're just gonna try to brute force it. I might not be able to. Like, this is. Yeah, I hate this. I hate this so much. This level's very cool. I hate this design. I absolutely abhor it. The wave section is by far the worst defender of the level. Most of the other stuff, I could sort of see what was going on. The wave, I literally had no idea what was going on. Maybe a person who's not me would be able to see it, but I couldn't tell at all what was happening. But yeah, this is I know what I'll tell people when they recommend this level to me, which is I can't beat it. But it is very cool. It's not stressful for me because I don't understand it at all. Yeah, I think we might give up before the end. I don't get it. I don't understand what's going on here. I have to hit the green ones later. Yeah. You know, a very cool level. One that there would be absolutely no point in me targeting at all. Hello, Kashimo. But yeah, but that's all I've got for you today, guys. B was cool. You know, we ended up beating Dash. Super excellent. Yeah, that's the end of all of the insane levels. I guess I'll have to figure out what to play next. I mean, probably not a medium demon. That was miserable, right? That was I mean, I didn't have a bad time. It's just, it's obviously much too hard for me. So there's no point in trying it. We'll find something. We'll find something. Maybe something super long. That'll annoy everyone, not me. Anyway, but thanks everyone. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Really hope you've enjoyed. And that's all I've got for you. Perhaps I'll see you in another stream or video. Good night, everyone.